Amalga-Maniacs.
Hello.
Or as we like to call you, maniacs.
Fuckers.
And that too.
No, I'm just playing.
Most of you.
I'm just playing.
We are here, Mr. Mancebo, Ian Wallace,
Your Primo-Tino.
the boy wonderful. Baby Hands.
MC Baby Hands.
Baby Hands McGee is like the
Baby Hands McGee.
When I'm in Ireland.
Yes, sir. Who dares wins?
Because I'm never in Ireland. Who dares wins?
Yes, that's what we're
Brought to you, sponsored in part by that time that T'Challa put Silver Surfer in the R bar. Because fuck that. That's why. Because fuck that. And Marvel, I'm writing a letter, just so you know. We have a caller.
Already.
We ain't even get into it. Who is this? I'm going to answer this one real surly. Amalga-Mania, you're on the line. Who do I have the pleasure of talking to?
Put him on speaker.
Oh, wow. It's the wrong number. Or, as we like to call him, James Milliken. Or as I like to call him, the bane of my existence. We're going to put him on speakerphone so you guys can get a good, listen in on this call. Hello. James Milliken. Or as I like to call you, my arch nemesis. You know what it is? Me and him are like Jerry Seinfeld and Newman.
I like that.
That's how it is when he calls me. I'm like, hello,
I like
James.
that.
Why do I have to be Newman, James? If you people only knew the history between me and this man, you would understand what it's like.
I love it. I don't even really know the man personally. I love it.
James is a terrible person, and don't believe anything he tells you.
James, what up? What up, James? No, man, chilling, man.
So, James, you called for a reason. I'm sure you didn't just call to talk to me.
Well, first and foremost, I need to still place the order for that soda. That's one.
James, you're not getting a soda. We already discussed this already.
Yo, James, I heard about the soda. I got you next time.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
See, and also Tone, he could call, but he wanted me to order him some tea.
Tone lives in Denmark. Sweden.
Okay. I understand that, but all right, here's what I'm going to need you to do.
Yes, James.
Go ahead, you're going to buy the tea.
I'm going to buy the tea, and then what am I going to do with it?
Then you're going to ship it to him.
I'm going to...
You see how simple that is?
No, actually, James, I really don't at all see how simple that is, but since you're telling me it is, I guess it must be.
Yo, you gotta simplify shit for this motherfucker. You have to.
You know what? This is what I have to deal with on I just want you people to know, all our viewers. This is what I have to deal with on a almost daily.
No, he doesn't. He needs more. He needs more of this shit in his life. This is more fiber for this motherfucker right now.
Can we get into the battle?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's like trying to run an empire with your favorite cousins.
Secret empire.
Yeah, it's nuts. All right, so you called for a reason, James, other than to order a soda. And the tea. Yes, I've sent many packages, James. I hate the way he talks to me. I absolutely hate the way this man talks to me.
Oh, man.
James, you called for a reason, didn't you?
I did call for a reason.
What was it, James? Other than the tea.
Other than the tea?
Yes, and the soda.
And the soda.
Yes.
And the fact that I've been hung up on 3 times before.
Oh.
Actually, you weren't kind of hung up on it. You placed on hold. That is not how that went. That is not how that went. You were not hung up on it.
How you gonna have a hotline and not answer motherfuckers?
I did answer the phone. I didn't hang up on him. He called, and I had to tell him that.
Yo, I got a hotline. Call back.
I just want all of you viewers to know this is the last time that we'll be using the Amalga-Mania chat line. And you can thank James Milliken personally.
Discontinue.
It's discontinued. It's done. I can't go on like this. I can't. You know what my life's like? Anyway, let's get into this battle.
All right, back to the battle.
Who dares wins? Gambi versus
Bajie.
I'm sorry.
No.
We did Gambi versus Alfred already.
Alfred earlier.
This is the next battle. Bajie from Into the Badlands versus Wilson Fisk from the Netflix series. All right, James, what do you got?
See, Bajie completely obliterates Fisk.
My guy. There we go.
And why do you think that is, James?
Exactly. Not
what do you mean
close.
it's not even close? All right, why is it not even close, James?
Don't make me walk out this room.
Let's talk about in the Netflix series. Daredevil gets beat and is found in a dumpster.
Right.
And this is about regular guys.
Wait. Who did Daredevil get beat by in the Netflix series?
Actually, a couple of different people. Like, he was randomly just hurt. Really?
Yeah, he was pretty fucked up a couple times.
He is a human being, so he gets hurt.
Okay.
And he can also hear your heartbeat from like 7 miles away. So, I mean,
okay, yeah, he can hit your heartbeat from 7 miles away and just help him avoid hanging and punching him.
Yeah.
Good point. So what are you saying? Are you saying based off of Daredevil's incapability to beat up other villains somehow that makes Fisk a wash opponent against Bajie?
No, what I'm saying is, okay, Daredevil would get beaten up basically by regular guys.
Okay.
Experienced hand. When he went against the hand, it was just embarrassing for our boy, honestly.
Okay.
Now, he goes against Fisk, and he completely trashes Fisk.
Yes.
Makes Fisk look like a rookie.
Yes.
But then against lesser opponents, Daredevil gets trashed. Bajie is going against, like, superhuman fighters.
Exactly.
I'm going to stop both of you guys right there. And one of the reasons why I'm going to stop you is because I love Into the Badlands so very much. It is actually, and I'm going to say this to all our viewers as well, not just to these two cats.
Don't hate.
This show is fucking amazing. First of all, I don't think it's so much choreography as it is actual martial artists showing these people what to do in these different scenes. The fighting is reminiscent of like Saturday afternoon Kung Fu theater, if you're a fan from back then and know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Enter the Dragon type, Kid with the Golden Arms, Five Deadly Venoms type of Kung Fu shit going on in this show.
Like some straight up pound for pound Wuji, like pound for pound / Wuji Kung Fu flick type shit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But the reason why I'm pumping the brakes on superhuman fighters, that's what makes the Badlands and Into the Badlands and the show so awesome, is because they're not superhuman. These people are actually stripped down to their very, very human essentials. There is no real weaponry. There is weaponry as far as swords and knives, but more archaic weaponry than you see a lot of gunplay.
Yeah.
They don't even use arrows as much. Yeah, actually, I haven't seen a gun at all.
Yeah.
So you're talking about a more visceral, very kind of Dark Ages kind of
steampunk.
Yes. Yeah. Very kind of hands-on kind of era. Yeah. And I don't see a lot of magic. I see a lot of resilience and a lot of skilled fighting and a lot of tactical thinking and poisoning and people dying and lots of blood and members getting cut off and no armor. And what I'm thinking is, or what I'm saying is that I don't see superhuman in this. And I think that these fighters are peak human at the very max. And don't get me wrong, agility and speed and them channeling their ki and the ones who are stronger fighters and able to do that, different aside. But as far as saying that they're superhuman, I'm not going that far.
Bro, what about MK in the
that's different. Obviously, that's explained in the show that this kid has a special ability. Special ability being the operative words. This is not about, I'm not saying that there aren't any special abilities in the show. I'm saying that the characters that have those are very, very staple and pointed out. Bajie is not one of them. And he is one of the characters who had a special ability, but obviously in the show, and spoiler alert, he didn't have this. Yeah. He was just a regular person fighting at regular speed. So superhuman, I can't go that far.
So I'll give you that, but the reason I said Bajie was superhuman, I'm going to take you back to the scene where he went back to the monastery because he was trying to find, I forget what it was he was trying to find,
Well, one thing about Bajie, outside of his stature.
Yo, James, I fuck with you. I fuck with you on your responses, bro. Like. Nah,
he's
my guy.
No, listen, when I said he's my arch nemesis, I was not fucking kidding. That was not a joke. That wasn't like playful banter,
bro.
This dude is like the evil side of my brain. It's ridiculous.
He's in my head right now.
It's ridiculous. He does the same shit to me. He does the same exact shit to me. I don't know how he does it. James Milliken is a mutant.
Keep going. Keep doing what you're doing.
But James, hold on. To kind of scale back and to kind of explain what I'm saying. Okay, yes, he did release the monks and himself from in prison, but I'm gonna shut that down as well. And the reason why I'm gonna shut that down is because, again, from inception, meaning the first actual time this man was on panel, Bajie had a plan from the word go. Let's not screw this up. Half of his feats, and I'm not talking about fighting, raw fighting, which is why we're here. If we're not to get off the topic, we are here for fighting, and we haven't even gotten into Fisk. But you know what? Let's stay on Bajie. And yes, he had a plan from go. He's very tactile, and he's the smartest guy in the room. He manipulated Sonny. He manipulated MK. He manipulated the Widow. He trained the Widow. This is a man who's brilliant by standards of all these other characters. So
super resourceful.
Let's not ridiculously resourceful. Like, he's moving pieces around like he's the mastermind. So it's crazy. If you're not watching this show, season 2 of the Badlands, get into that. Either way,
don't sleep on the fat man.
Don't. When you see his stature, you'll understand why he's fighting Fisk. But my point being is that Bajie had a plan from the word go, and that attributes to a lot of what he was able to do. That being said, again, he's not a superhuman fighter, and he's across the map from. And again, where are they fighting?
The Cotton Club.
The Cotton Club. They're fighting inside the Cotton Club in Harlem. For some reason, Kenya Davis then started some shit, and we're in Harlem for the rest of the night. Thanks, Kenya. I really appreciate that. We're going to talk about that later, too, by the way, because we're going to stop. You know what you be doing. We're going to talk about that later. All right, so, yes, but we're in Harlem again at the Cotton Club, and that's where Bajie and Wilson Fisk are fighting. First of all, we're in New York.
Savage.
The conditions have to state that Wilson Fisk is not allowed to use his enterprises in this fight because this isn't a fight. Because it's in New York. And Bajie's dead. He was dead the second he got into New York. So, since we're going to allow him to live in this fight, because this is the Kingpin we're talking about, right? Isn't that Wilson Fisk? Isn't that what he does?
What's that?
Wilson Fisk. Isn't he like the Kingpin?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, typically.
I got to jump in right here because you said this is the Kingpin, right?
He is the Kingpin. I mean, isn't that his name?
You're going along on the Netflix series.
Yes, the Netflix series.
We are going off the Netflix.
Yes, we are.
No comic book continuity at all.
No.
This is the beginning of Wilson Fisk.
And?
Or, as Wesley called him, he who cannot be named Little Baby Baltimore Jr.
Wait, say that nickname again for the people, for the viewers.
He who cannot be named Baby Baltimore Jr.
Who calls him that?
He does, and I love it.
I hate talking to James. I really do hate.
I love it, man. I wish I could talk to this motherfucker more, yo.
That's so brilliant. Baby Baltimore Jr.
Yeah, Baby Baltimore Jr.
All right.
Now, you want to talk about, his empire, he gonna do this, that, and the third, and Bajie did, right? Okay. Let's talk about his brilliant empire. Let's talk about Wesley. Now, what did Wesley do? Wesley put a loaded gun on the table in front of a woman who he was trying to intimidate and ends up getting blasted.
Okay. Fair enough.
Let's talk about Wilson's empire, half of which who wanted to betray him because they saw him as weak, because they saw him as scared, because they saw him as taking over.
Yeah.
He could not throw money around. He could not do anything. Wilson Fisk didn't even have a name to back himself up. So not only is Bajie okay in New York, you set yourself, my man, as a plan from go. Bajie, by the end of this fight, is the new Kingpin of New York.
Okay. All right.
The new Kingpin of crime.
So all he has to do is fight Wilson Fisk hand to hand, and you're right, he wins. So let's get into the reason we're here. We're talking about a fight. We're talking, first of all, we're talking about contact. These are two characters that don't use weapon and gadgets. These are fighters. Both of these characters are scrappers. Let's get into prowess, style. Bajie obviously is a master martial artist as far as the battling.
Yo, that motherfucker's tactical.
No, we've already been into that as far as the tactics. I'm talking about, we're getting into the more visceral. These guys are in a room together about to go at it. Bajie is a ridiculously skilled martial artist who I have seen do things that rival Sonny. Maybe the Widow as well. I mean, he did admit in show that he couldn't beat the Widow, so we do know that he's not as good as she is, but we do know he's as skilled, and that's good enough for me. He trained her. So if you don't know who the Widow is, again, Badlands, check it out. But you know what, guys?
Binge watch season 1 and 2.
I feel like we spent a lot of time kind of talking about the more negative side of Wilson Fisk, but I don't think we kind of have delved into this character, especially the Netflix. First of all, I think we're at a disadvantage here, and I'm going to say why. I fell in love with Vincent D'Onofrio's adaptation of Wilson Fisk, first of all. It made me love the Daredevil series just that much more because it's a dead-on balls depiction of the comic character.
He was a lovable villain.
It's crazy. I didn't hate the Kingpin. I didn't. I really didn't see him as a villain. I saw him as a guy trying to get around a lot of things and dealing with Matthew Murdock's kind of idealistic, I gotta save the city thing. And yeah, I mean, Kingpin did a lot of evil things, but sometimes it takes evil things to kind of get where you're going in decision making, especially when you're a powerful man like he is. Either way, without siding or condoning anything Kingpin did. I mean, you're talking about an abused kid who was treated very badly, who ended up killing his father, and tragically going on to being, or helping kill his father, and then tragically goes on to being this like crime lord who decides that taking things is better than asking for them and all that good stuff. But let's get down to the ability. Wilson Fisk in the TV show, side by side, coupled with the hand. I don't know if you want to get into the hand, and yeah, they're like the junior high school of ninja assassin groups in the comic books. Let's just be real. They're always getting their ass handed to them by one person. If it ain't Psylocke, no, actually they're not even as dangerous as the Foot Clan. We actually had this discussion before where the Foot Clan was like rated kind of over the hand because they're always getting their ass handed to them by one person. Elektra, Daredevil, the Punisher, Psylocke, Captain America, Wolverine. Like all these people have defeated the hand solo. Every single one of them. And all right, the Turtles. See, the Turtles, there's 4 of them, and it's a little bit different. They're fighting in a group before.
I mean, that's some sidebar shit.
Yeah. And again, we're going into the fact that he's coupled with these ninjas. But in the show, they're a lot more visceral. And they're better in the show than they are in the comics, hand downs. So what I'm saying is... Well, hold on. Let me finish my explanation of Wilson Fisk and why I think his fighting prowess. Obviously, in his talks with Madame Gao, just the fact that he's speaking to her the way that he is with the respect he is, and how he's speaking to her and how she's speaking to him, more importantly. She's talking to him as an equal. You've seen what Madame Gao can do. Although she's letting him know that he's the younger, more novice version of themselves in the hand, she sees the potential in this man to become where she's at on her level. So you got to actually tip your hat to this man for even having the stature to be able to talk to somebody like Madame Gao and her have that respect for him. 2, okay, yeah, Wilson Fisk has a lot of flaws, but he's also hand-to-hand defeated Daredevil and the Punisher and Spider-Man. Obviously, Spider-Man's not going to be involved in the TV show, but we all know the comic version of Wilson Fisk has done some pretty impressive things close up on some hand-to-hand. He's not fat. He's 300 pounds of solid muscle.
Yeah, straight up.
His strength is past peak human. Why am I saying that? That makes no sense. Yes, it does. Wilson Fisk has shown in canon, in the comics, and this is only in the comics, we're not going to go for the TV show version because I'm going off beat here.
Okay.
But this is just to give you an idea. Wilson Fisk has shown peak human and above peak human strength against guys like Tombstone. I mean, come on now, Tombstone. You know what I mean? Like, how much money? This is a guy who fights Spider-Man hand in hand. He fought Spider-Man hand in hand, gave Spider-Man trouble hand in hand. Think about this. You know, as you're making these decisions for this fight now, going into the Netflix series, obviously he's not developed. He's year one, more savage, more not as developed Wilson Fisk, but in the show he's even still. I mean, you fighting. First of all, Matt, I'll beat you up no matter who you are in the Marvel Universe, Murdoch.
Exactly.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's have some respect here. We're talking about the Daredevil, even year one Daredevil. Come on now. We're talking about a character who's laid hands on every single Marvel Universe figure there is. T'Challa, Cap, Spider-Man, the Punisher, Wolverine. You name them. If they're a staple character, the Hulk. If you're a staple character in the Marvel Universe, Daredevil has laid hands on you. Kingpin is somebody he's had trouble with frequently, hand in hand. So let's not just say that he's gonna show up and Bajie's gonna.
Nah, we're not shunning him. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
he's the Kingpin.
Yeah, exactly.
He's Frank White.
But the fact of the matter is, we're going by TV versions.
Okay.
So we have to keep it TV version.
We do.
You know,
and in this particular battle, I'm gonna have to, unfortunately, say something I hate saying. But James is kind of right about the fact that Bajie is just too tactical. I think for Wilson Fisk in a fist-to-fist fight with his abilities. Only with his abilities. You take away the fact that he's a master martial artist, Kingpin's going to kill him. He's going to murder him with his bare hands.
All right. I want to hear what he has to say. Go ahead, James. Go ahead, James.
You're saying take it away. Like, that's like saying, all right. If you take away Spider-Man's left shooter,
it's who dares wins, James. I can do whatever I want.
Well, like, that's what you say. If you take away Spider-Man's ability to breathe, you know, he can't stop that person.
That's usually the only way that you can beat Spider-Man. But no, I was just saying that because I hate agreeing with you. But yes, you're right. Bajie in this fight is a bit too much, I think. Tactically speaking, close up, I like Wilson Fisk's ability to actually get it in and hurt this man if it comes to it, but as far as like defeating him, it's an uphill battle for Fisk. But I will say it is a battle. So, and this is Wilson Fisk. I'm not counting him out. I'm not gonna say Bajie just goes in and destroys this man. I'm gonna say that it's a fight, and I'm saying that if even with Bajie's martial arts, I've seen him fight martial artists, and with his strength and with his being visceral and how he trains himself, and the fact that he's spent a lot of money making himself dangerous, I'm gonna say that this goes pretty much to the wire. Now maybe not all the way to the wire, but I'm leaning Bajie because I've seen what he can do hand to hand, and it's beyond impressive.
Now, I will agree with you. If this were comic book Wilson Fisk, I would still put Bajie above him.
Nah, I'd definitely go Wilson Fisk.
How Bajie gets down.
The fact that Wilson Fisk is alive in the comic books right now, we're not even going to get into that conversation. The fact that he's lived through half of the things that he has and he's still alive in the comic books baffles me.
He ain't even a man no more. I don't want to hear
it. Don't matter. He doesn't have to be. The fact that Wilson Fisk is breathing.
Just joke.
Wilson Fisk has betrayed and killed some of everybody in New York.
I can't.
I mean, the damage his organization has done has reached the lives of Paladin, Felicia Hardy, Peter Parker, Matt Murdock, everybody. This man, he's a cancer, dude.
Yo, James. I'm totally with you on this shit. So
in the comics, Bajie doesn't get close.
Bro, I'm riding with you all the way, bro. I'm riding with you all the way.
If we're switching this to comics, Bajie doesn't get close.
No, if you switch this to the cartoon, I was still switching it as a hand-to-hand fight in the cartoon.
Oh, okay, hand-to-hand? Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Want to take it to Fisk knows that Bajie is coming? Now, that, we could spend more than like...
Even when he shows up, Fisk is not going to risk it, man. Fisk ain't going to risk no hand-to-hand fight with a fat, drunken monk guy. He going to look at Bajie, whoop about 10 dudes with nunchucks and be like, yeah, blow him up. This is Wilson. I mean, who are we talking about here? We're talking about the guy who hires Bullseye to kill somebody you love just to piss you off so you can get close enough to him so he can put his hands on you. Come on, man. This is Wilson Fisk we're talking about. He's going to take 2 looks at Bajie, and he's going to say, could you get that doomsday weapon we've been waiting to use on somebody like that and use that? I mean, isn't he the reason why the Spider Slayers were created? Wilson Fisk is the reason why the Spider-Man killing robots are running around New York. Bajie, can you beat up a spider killing robot? Because if you can't, you're in trouble messing with my man Fisk in the comics. But nah, I get you though. Hand in hand, I'm not even gonna play with like that. I agree 100%.
All I'm saying,
I think it's gonna lean more towards Bajie because he's a better fighter.
All I'm saying is with
Justice Strong.
With the TV shit. All right, James. You remember the one episode when Bajie hit the one boy with the what was it? It was like the shit that made him like paralyzed for like a little while, whatever.
Oh, like the dim mock move where he touched him in a couple.
Yeah, we cut.
Yeah, that 2-finger shit.
All right, now think about the last fight scene on the first season of the Netflix Daredevil, the Daredevil shit. Now when
it was close up.
Yeah, him and Daredevil. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say Daredevil watched them, but if Daredevil put the hands on him on that scene, on that shit, like, come on, yo, like Bajie got that, yo. Like Bajie got
I'm not
that.
disagreeing. I'm saying this leans more towards Bajie hand in hand, but it's Wilson Fisk. I don't want to. Of all the people in the Marvel universe, I don't want to fight close quarters. Wilson Fisk is 2 of them.
Okay. All right.
Straight up. No, I'm saying I've seen what he could do. Spider-Man, who doesn't get caught, who doesn't make the same move twice. I've seen Wilson Fisk hands. Yeah, but I'm saying but I've seen Wilson Fisk's hands around this man's neck, Spider-Man's neck. So I'm just saying I don't want to be in close quarters combat with Wilson Fisk. I don't. After I saw what he did to the Punisher, remember when him and Punisher was in the cell and in Netflix? Yo.
No, I don't want to hear that.
Yo, this is the Punisher we're talking about, man. And yeah, he just got done fighting. He just got done fighting a whole cell block full of guys. He was spent. He was hurt. I don't care.
Yo, I don't want to hear that shit.
I don't care.
Yo.
You can't say that like, oh, Punisher just walked in the store and came back. No. Punisher, first and foremost, was already hurt going in. Already hurt for a cell block full of guys.
James, I said that part.
No. You was like, yeah, he may have had a black eye. He may have been along with it because he just wanted to.
Oh man, I love this dude.
Nah, true. I mean, but that goes into Frank Castle. I mean, Frank Castle kind of is a glutton for punishment, so him being beat up isn't nothing new. He kind of, that's what he does. He kind of gets beat up.
But you have to realize, though, Fisk absorbed them shots because he knew Frank wasn't even.
I don't know. I think he kept his men back. I think he kept his men back because he was relishing the opportunity to struggle with somebody like Frank Castle. It didn't look like he was really fighting him. It looked like Kingpin was having a good time. And I'm just gonna let y'all let that sink in. I'm gonna let that sink. But do you call fighting the Punisher even at half strength?
Yo,
do you call fighting the Punisher a good time?
Yo.
I don't. This man killed a man with another man's leg.
I want
a drumstick.
I don't want to hear any of that shit because in season 2, not Punisher, but Wilson Fisk.
We've gone way over.
No. Is that what you talking about?
No. Go ahead.
No. What I was talking about, Wilson Fisk in season 2. The only time he really got the best of Matt Murdock when Matt Murdock was out of outfit and he was just regular Matt Murdock. You know what I mean? Attorney or lawyer or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
he downplayed it. He showed him that he could get to him without.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like I don't know, man.
I mean, like I said again.
And again, on camera in front of the CEO, who can't be bouncing off the wall, ricocheting, and
That's true. That's true. And again, because I think of the venue and that they're inside of a club, Bajie capitalizes off of the surroundings. A point that Santino made is that he's a very intuitive fighter when it comes to his surroundings, and I think that's what gives him the edge in this. That's the only reason why I'm leaning toward Bajie, honestly, is because I think the venue kind of tips it in his favor. If these two dudes was in a broom closet doing this, like I said, in the Marvel universe, there's like
I still got Bajie.
I'm just saying in the Marvel universe, and I'm not mad at y'all. I'm just saying in the Marvel universe, it's a lot of guys that I would say, okay, I'll fight that guy if I have powers or training or whatever abilities. I'll fight this dude, but I'm not getting that close to Wilson Fisk. I'm just not. There's something about his stature, and I'm not talking about his size and his height. I'm talking about the way he talks to you, the way he looks at you, even in the Netflix, and that's why I love Vincent D'Onofrio, because he really brought that alive in the comics. Like, when he was talking to Frank Castle in that cell, that shit sent chills up my spine, man, because he wasn't just talking, he was sizing this man up for real. Like, and like, not just about the whole fighting thing. It's like something wrong with Wilson Fisk. And like I said, I don't want to be fighting him hand to hand close up. I don't. Give me Spider-Man. I'll fight Spider-Man.
See, you have made me so happy with that statement because I have to call your attention.
Yeah.
To one more day.
What's that?
Now, Spider-Man. This is leading up to. No, this is after Civil War. Spider-Man's identity is known. So, Fisk says an assassin. Pete jumps out the way, which is a bullet. My man is dying. Peter goes back into the room because he's angry. He goes into the black suit because when he was in the black suit, that's when he was at his absolutely most savage. Fisk, on the news, sees that our man shot. Now, Fisk, again, and from the Netflix show, I freaking love Fisk. I was rooting for him, honestly.
Me too.
Vincent D'Onofrio, he played that role so perfectly. There was no
yes, sir.
Yeah, it was a great role.
So he sees that Spider-Man is coming back. Fisk calls up the guard basically that he has on the table. He's like, "Oh, Mr. Fisk, Spider-Man is upset. You need me to let you out of here." He's like, "No, I just need you to get me my suit." Mr. Fisk, you're not gonna mind? He's like, "No." So I'm gonna stand here. He's coming for me. I don't run. That's not what I do. He's like, "So why the suit?" He said, "Because it's the image that it portrays. I'm in here, but I'm in my Kingpin suit. Because no matter where I am, I'm Kingpin." So
yeah, thank you. That's kind of what I was. That's actually a really good adaptation of what I was trying to say. Like, his presence has a lot to do with the fights he gets into, because you gotta kind of. This is the Kingpin. Even if you're not afraid of him as far as the crime part of it is concerned, you're standing in front of him and he kind of gives that off. Like, your life is kind of in the balance no matter what. I get that feeling watching him interact with characters. Like, it's not just a confrontation talking. Like, that character realizes they're standing in front of, they're courting death talking to this man. Like, they realize that. And it's just something that he gives off. So that's why I'm saying, even with a master martial artist, even with somebody as skilled as Bajie, even with his abilities, I don't want to be in close quarter combat with that man. I don't. I'm thinking Rick Grimes when he bit your throat out in The Walking Dead. Remember when Rick Grimes bit the guy's throat out? I don't want to fight Wilson Fisk close up, man. I feel like he going Mike Tyson in your ear or something.
But see, here's why I brought all that up. The Pete shows up in a black suit. And Wilson Fisk is like, "All right, so what? What you trying to make a fashion statement now?" Peter's like, "No, not at all."
Well, Peter was almost beating the Rhino to death in that suit, so, I mean...
No, but see, not the actual... No, this wasn't the actual symbiote. He actually made the suit.
Oh, okay, this is when he had the black costume. Okay.
Right. So he shows up, and he tells Fisk, he's like, "So what, your fashion statement?" He's like, "No." He said, "This suit is when I was at my most savage. So I wear it to remind myself of that." He said, "But," he said, "Spider-Man is not here to beat you up. He takes off everything except for the pain."
Oh, when they fought, yeah, I remember that. When they literally fought. Well, Fisk took off his suit too. I remember that. They fought literally like they fought in their underwear.
He got grabbed by his chest, man. He got the taste slapped out of
I mean, come on, it's fucking Spider-Man. The dude lifts 10 tons. He's fighting a fat guy that weighs 300 pounds. I mean, come on, dude.
What I'm saying though.
The fact that Wilson Fisk took his... Hold on, though. Think about that in retrospect. The fact that Wilson Fisk took his suit off for that fight and was ready to fight Peter butt naked. What does that tell you? This is Spider-Man, yo. And you fighting him butt naked? Listen, I don't want to fight Wilson Fisk head up. I don't care. Matter of fact, you know what? I think you just proved my point for me. Listen, out of all the characters in Marvel Universe, Spider-Man is obviously one of the more accomplished characters. Wilson Fisk took his clothes off to fight that man. We're gonna end this. We're gonna end this conversation on that note. Give that a thought while y'all making these votes. Is that Wilson Fisk got butt naked to fight Spider-Man? Dead ass. No, I'm just kidding. No, but hold on. Actually, we got to get into the next battle, James. But your vote is Bajie for this one, and we're gonna record that.
I loved hearing everything you had to say.
Thank you very much for calling in. Seriously,
I loved everything.
Actually, this is the longest video we've done. We're probably gonna have to edit some of this and do 2 of them. But either way, thank you so much for calling in, and we definitely appreciate you. We're gonna close this battle up, and feel free to call for the next one. It's gonna be well, we can't reveal that, but feel free to call our next one. It'll be in like next 10-15 minutes. We'll be ready.
James, the bad guy. The bad guy.
Yeah, he's definitely the bad guy. All right. Take it easy, James. Bye. Okay, so who wins? Bajie.
I'm with Bajie.
Wilson Fisk.
I'm with Bajie.
I'm not going to make my vote. All I'm saying is down below. Use your thumbs.
Thumbs.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We're going to get into the next battle. Sorry this one was so long, ladies and gentlemen. James Milligan is obviously a special person in a lot of different ways.
Yo, James, I rock with you, guy.
I have to.
I love everything you just said. I love you as a person.
I know. Thanks for being here.
He's just a hater with a fake ass Infinity Gauntlet. Don't mind him.
No, actually, my Infinity Gauntlet works. That's how I got the spaghetti.
No, it works, but it works off of AAA batteries, not actual Infinity Stones.
It still works. It still works. Thank you guys for dropping in with us.
Yes.
Have a good night. God
Appreciate
bless. And look out for the next battle.
All right. Easy.